with her. She's your wife. But it's going to be easy for me to listen to what that was said and maybe think there's some clues about, I mean, she had just laid down and cried a little bit longer and something happened to her. Or maybe she did get frustrated and she left. So can we recreate that conversation? CW, A, so tell me what happened. CW, so I crawled back to bed. A, so sorry. Let's start. CW, A, from she gets home late at night. CW, A, okay. Let's start from that point. CW, okay. So she got home about 2 a.m. A, and you were already home. CW, I was passed out. Yeah, so like I felt her get in the bed. That was about it. At about 4 a.m., that's when my alarm went off to go to work. That's when I got ready and everything. And A, so she gets in at 2 a.m. Alarm goes off at 4 a.m. Okay. CW, A, and you're sleeping the whole time? CW, oh yeah. A, okay. So the conversation hasn't started. CW, no. So when my alarm goes off, that's when I try and get ready for work. I crawl back in bed and we have that conversation. A, so you wake up at 4 a.m. CW, A, from at 4 a.m., then what? Until you start the conversation. CW, I get dressed, get my clothes on, brush my teeth, get a drink, all that kind of stuff. A, okay. Shower? CW, no. A, okay. CW, shower like, yeah, the night before. Like, we don't give a fucking shit if you showered the damn night before. He's acting about now, you dirtball. I can't stand him, y'all. A, what do you do for a living? CW, I work in the oil and gas. A, okay. So then it doesn't matter if you go to work without a shower. Okay. Lord have mercy. The agent's got jokes for real, for real. No shit. I love it though. CW, doesn't really matter. It's gonna be bad anyway. A, yeah, so then you wake up, you get ready. I'm sorry I interrupted you. CW, you're fine. A, so then what time are we talking about when you're ready to talk with her? CW, about 4:15 or so. A, okay, and so she was asleep from the time she got in from 2 to 4. CW, A, or 4:15, you wake up at 4:15, you're ready. Okay, and at 4:15 you start talking. CW, A, why did you talk at 4:15 in the morning? CW, I felt like I needed to talk to her face to face because like I wanted to say something much I like when she was in Arizona, like I didn't want to do it through text and I wouldn't do it through a call. Like I got back in bed and like I needed to talk to her about it cuz she told me like when she was giving to fly back. It says when she was giving to fly back that she wanted to get up with me so she could take a shower. She wanted to get to the airport. She wanted to get the airport off of her. Yeah, but Chris Watts doesn't like to take showers, it seems. A, what do you mean when she got back? CW, when she flew back in. A, from Phoenix? CW, yeah. A, okay. She told you let's have a talk? CW, no. She wanted to get up with me so she could take a shower to get the airport off of her because she was like her flight was delayed. Her flight was supposed to get in at 11, but it didn't leave until 11. A, okay. And so did she call you or did she text you? CW, think there was a call on that one. A, all night? Oh, all right. Sorry. A, all right. And then, so at 4:15, what happened? CW, that was when I crawled back in bed. I woke her up, and then obviously I talked to her about how I was feeling, about how I felt like what's been going on with us for the last, what she's seen in like the last 6 weeks because she was in North Carolina and I was down there just the last week. But from what just being apart and just like figuring out who people are, it's like the best, honestly, like the best way people really find out who they are is to spend time apart. A, I agree. CW. And she kind of just like, you need to see yourself and all. And then on the last week, that's when I went back to North Carolina and I was there for the last week there. How many times are we saying this? And and when we were together, we could feel like it wasn't there, that spark. I know that's kind of cliche, but that spark wasn't there anymore. And on the night, I told her that morning, early that morning, I told her like the disconnection, it's there. Like it's not going away. Like the connection we had when in the beginning, it's not there anymore. Cuz like I didn't feel like the love we had was there anymore. And it was just like I don't feel like, I mean, if we weren't to stay together for the kids, I'm not sure if that's going to work. A. And that is what you told her? CW, yeah, like having another baby, bring this into a relationship. Do you think this is going to work? With us being together or separation, I think is going to be the best possible route for us. And that's when like all the crying and everything proceeded, and it was very hard just to talk about that. But I needed to do it face to face, and I needed to see her face, like while the I couldn't text, phone, whatever. I needed to be face to face and be able to see her and know that she was gonna be at least reciprocating back to me. A. Oh, what did she say? CW. She said that she wanted to kind of work on it, but if that's the way I was feeling, then she respects that. And she said that most of the time when you have kids and you have a relationship where people, they don't love each other, where they fall out of love, disconnection, that having kids, even bringing a new baby into the equation, doesn't always work as we a keeping like, the couple happy and the kids happy. It's like it almost is better like if it was different sides. A different side. CW, yeah, you don't want to spend your whole marriage just like each other faking for the kids. I mean, you don't want to be the people parading around with like a mask on when their kids are around, and then when the kids go to sleep, you just go your separate ways. Like that's not, I don't want, that's why we were talking about the separation that night, and that's why I got so emotional right there. A, okay, emotional for you too? CW, A, what did you say about the house? CW, like we needed to sell the house, like there's no way like we can stay in the house and have another kid and being able to just keep everything afloat. And she was like, well, where do you want to move to? I was like, well, we could move to Brighton. We could, whatever area. Okay, thing it was Brighton. Thing it was Brighton. Because they meant then it was Brighton. We can move Longmount. We can move like, wherever. So much cheaper. And she was like, well, because she had already contacted the realtor the week before her email to see like what she thought. And that's like I actually contacted the realtor that day, like, well, like pretty much probably about 8 o'clock that day. And that's where like if we can get the ball rolling, like see what she thought. So you said your wife called the realtor the week before? CW emailed her. Yeah, right. Who this clown thinks he's fooling? Okay, so then this conversation early in the morning wasn't a shock to either of you? CW, no. Or a surprise? It was the next step? CW, yeah, it was. This was on like it's like way, like a big thing that we had, like it was just like this was, I would hit, that's why it was just an emotional conversation, like, cause it wasn't just like, oh, it come out of nowhere, left field type of thing. Like we know like something wasn't, we knew about we wanted to do with the house. We knew like what was going on with it really. We knew something was. Okay. Is it accurate to say that then the time when you were away from each other, when she was in North Carolina, the time that she was in Arizona, maybe the two of you knew that that could have been time you were talking, and so when you finally get together, It's we can't wait another second. We're going to talk. CW, A, is that right? Okay, now tell me if it's wrong. CW, no, you're right. A, okay. So then the conversation starts at 4:15. You talk about each other and your marriage. You talk about the house, and then what? CW. That's when the conversation ended, and we talked. That's when she said she's going to take her friends or take her friend to take her and the kids to a friend's house. A, okay. So let you know if you're gonna play the DVR. Let's rewind 5 minutes. So we're at the house. You're talking about the house. You're saying this isn't going to work with the kid. We're going to have to sell the house. Then how do you remember what led to her talking about the kids? CW. As far like taking her to a friend's house? Yeah, like what conversation do you guys have? CW. That's when I rolled out of bed. That's when she pretty much told me like I'm taking the kids to a friend's house and I'll be back later. I'm not sure why she had to go somewhere, but that's what she wanted. Like maybe she didn't want to be in the house after what we were just talking about. Hey, fair enough. You just called about it. Yeah, it's no longer mentally, emotionally her house then. Okay, so let's focus on I'm going to take the kids to my friend's house. What does that mean? CW, hopefully someone that she trusts. Hopefully it's someone that she knows pretty well. And hopefully maybe they had a kid that Bella and Celeste can play with. That's when I went downstairs, make my protein shake, get my lunch, everything ready because I gotta go to work. A, and this is somewhere around 5 a.m. CW 5:25, and then that's when I go out, do my truck, load everything in it, and 5:30 or about what the neighbors thinks it, at about 5:26 I'm gone. A, and this conversation happened upstairs in the master bedroom, and you're sure that she didn't come down?